Welcome everyone to another live code review session here, only live on this channel. Also many videos, and I thought I am finally done with Firefox and Rust and Cargo. But obviously I thought, well, PowerPC build, I also will test it later today here. But obviously I thought, yeah, Spark previously crashed and wouldn't it be nice to have a Spark version? Turns out, yeah, I'm probably the first one to compile this for Linux in quite a while because, of course, it doesn't build. And so this stuff is super trivial. This is hilarious, and I wanted to point out something. So for Spark, so for our amazing like T2, raw like sushi and plain vanilla open source, cross-compile stuff and supporting all the architectures here, only live from our office. And this is another case of I'm not impressed with modern code stuff. And what I mean with this also, welcome everyone, and I hope you also all do well, better than this code here. So this is also a recurring theme. So this is like legit code review stuff of why I'm not impressed with a lot of Linux low-level code like systemd or LVM2. For that matter, or like here's this modern Rust stuff. And so the problem is, and I will show you why this doesn't work and why it is hilarious. Because the Rust people also, they are very elite in my opinion. They're like, yeah, only Rust and only the best and stuff. And each time I see something, it's like, what the heck were they thinking? I mean, seriously, they think they are the most elite with this kind of code. Beside all the previous videos of bootstrapping, cargo, micro dependencies and stuff. So what's happening here? So it builds for ARM, it builds for PowerPC, it builds for x86, maybe for MIPS, but not for Spark. So unresolved imports, you have super HID wrapper underscore something stuff. And when we Google this, often I don't Google, but sometimes I do Google, it's like, yeah, someone was building Firefox for S390X IBM mainframe kind of whatever stuff, and build fails due to incomplete authenticator RS. And this is also, this is like some, I think, HID USB smart card kind of stuff. So we can use this as a template, and this is exactly the same stuff. So not the only ones who see this amazing stuff. And the way this fails here is actually here. This, just need to check what I got here though. And this is, let's open the file, build RS. So this fails, and so Rust and Cargo here obviously. Bindings for HID wrapper, so source Linux HID wrapper H. Whitelist variables, so this variables. And they have here all these architectures, and you really have to wonder what they were thinking here, because they also create solutions and modern code stuff for problems that didn't even exist. So they match here all the architectures of also with if, else, if, then stuff, because maybe there's nothing like a elegant switch statement in Rust, but obviously there is. But anyway, I mean, we do this with else if stuff because it's 2020. And when you take a look at this IOCTL, so what they do here is they wrap an IOCTL, as you might have guessed already, with underscore HID, IOC, IO control, something size and whatnot for human interface devices. And the reason I'm not impressed, so first of all, this should just work if you include, here's some, I think did I grab this here somewhere? So normally in C, C++ you would just include this header and have this value, but not in Rust, because of course it needs to be totally incompatible. And yeah, so this is Linux HID raw for IO. Is this anyway, read h1 int and 2 struct HID report descriptor. It could be so easy, right? So in the 70s and 80s and 90s and 2000 and 2010s, we were just freaking including a header. And now with Rust, we don't include a header. We write here some main function, if configuration, target architecture thing, and then set here a variable of is it name? Wait a second, name, no, it's not name, it is, what let name? Ah, okay, so that's actually a pretty neat trick here. So this is defining a variable in this if config stuff, something you can't directly do like this in C and C++, but doesn't really even matter for this garbage, in my opinion, code. So they assign here the variable to the result of this if else if switch stuff, and unless it's panicking with architecture not supported. This files here, this is also totally hilarious. Let's by the way take a look at both of those. Fix file. Because this is also a testament of people always think this is so great, the best and modern and the most amazing. And when you take a look, pro tip, always take a look at this stuff, because don't believe people like, hey, it's amazing. And when you take a closer look, it's the house of cards is falling in pieces. So this bloody line of code files they include here is also automatically generated by cbindgen. If they automatically generate this by cbindgen for Rust language binding here of this obviously C include file, why do they need this if then else thing? Then why can they not run cbindgen? Maybe I'm too naive or too stupid to code in 2020, but all this glue for one freaking value, which you should either just use the header for in a proper language or Rust cbindgen that. Let's, by the way, diff, I've not diffed. This should be two files, shouldn't it? Wait, oh, so I left this out. Slightly wonder what is even. Oh, they don't have big endian for that apparently. Yeah, fine. Do they not have? They have arms. Also, yeah. But what? This is. Did they not have their ARM big endian? I thought they have. Okay, fine. I only wanted to see if there's even a difference between PowerPC 64 and big and little endian. Okay, fair enough, the number is tiny little bit. So what is this doing? This is apparently has here pre-generated by cbindgen. Why they don't do this dynamically during the build is beyond my comprehension, likewise to why they need to do it. So, well, because normally you could just cbindgen this in some IOCTL from your Linux HID raw header. And anyway, the next thing is, you would think I thought I just patch and YOLO that. Last night, I've not continued this morning, just back to the office here, but also patch, oh wait a second, patch like this with P1. Let's just like YOLO, that is like, yeah, not caring about this. But then, so you touch this file, watch what happened now. You think this is all my story I have for you today. No, this is more hilarious. Build systems, Firefox. We have also seen this Google Chrome, Frankenstein build system stuff. It's like, yeah, in previous years, you could just patch this, right? There is something wrong, you patch it. There is something missing, you patch it. Like in Debian Gen 2 T2, something doesn't build for MIB, Spark, ARM, and stuff, because obviously, usually it doesn't. But yeah, 2020, Firefox build system is calling and wants his sources back, because it's like, yeah, directory sources are not intended to be edited. So yeah, I can't even like package the patch nicely in T2 if I patch this in now, because then the freaking build system complains that directory sources are not intended to be edited. If modifications are required, then it is recommended that replace is used with a fork copy of the source. It's like, yeah, thank you very much. Due to the nature of this garbage of a build system that wastes my time and constantly gets on my nerves, and I need to learn what it's doing behind the back and so on. For me, working on this large code bases wouldn't be pleasant. Fun fact, when I was a student, I even resigned my student job because the Windows garbage cat code base for airplane layout stuff was too garbage for me to get headaches from. But certainly, yeah, I rather, certainly probably not something that everyone can do. Just quit your student job unless you write Linux magazine articles and do your unsuccessful vomit distribution. But yeah, I sort of know how it is to work with code bases like this. Back in that day, that airplane cat software thing, I'm not sure what I had something like a gigahertz Pentium 3 or something there. Of that time frame, it was a Pentium 2, something of that sort. It was super slow, right? The code base was, I think it was it interfacing as IBM CAT or something. Code base was large, the stuff was on Windows, Microsoft Visual, C++, everything slow like losses, and yeah. So, and certainly with 20 years of experience working with getting Firefox, Mozilla Netscape, OpenOffice, Linux kernel, and all the fun stuff to compile. So yeah, unfortunately, so this is super annoying for me. I slightly also wonder, can we just, now maybe we somehow patch this in there. So you see, so how you would patch this as this 390 S390X. Here is, so yeah, the good thing is also duplicate, so two people upgrade authenticator to Mipsel. Okay, so Mipsel was 64 was also for someone else. But yeah, 2020 also, I mean, seriously, this file bugs here are more code and larger than just, I mean, we wouldn't have here like at least 2 bugs already for the stuff of Mipsel 64 and S390X or X390S, S390X. If this would just work, if it just would include the header, would cbindgen this, but apparently that is not how you're doing it in 2020. Yeah, welcome everyone. It's hilarious. Leave in the comments below what you think. So my code review, totally not approved, totally waste of time, resources, 2 bugs here, and also the whole integration. It's hilarious. Here is, by the way, the patch, and I think sources are they source checksum. Okay, they apparently maybe just patch the checksum away, of which would this package lines of cargo tunnel of I slightly wonder though, maybe we can patch this. Let's see then. Also this patch view is somehow, here's raw unified, because this strange clicking stuff there is a little nah. Well, maybe we actually, okay, the checksum will anyway not match. Is this even the, it's probably not, is it this or, it might authenticate patch creates IO. Source authenticator somehow, I'm not sure if we are looking at the right authenticator, because somehow this is, yeah, there are more. Why is this not in yeah, probably, actually probably it is fix file here, maybe it is authenticator cargo toml here. I hope I did run check fix file. So source, but here is no source, so much to name, version, authors, dependencies, repository, maybe then they in the meantime in just a couple of years time changed repository to source, maybe. Source checksum, where's the checksum? Is not here though, so much to directly, or is this Rust? Cargo, is this 029? But authenticator cargo 02915. I mean, it probably, I really wonder why this diff is so strange. Path failure derive cargo. But I really wonder how can there be. Oh, this is log. Did I? Log. It is apparently, maybe. Or was this 2 of source and checksum? Here. So much to, did someone source in the cargo log, not the cargo? Okay. Thanks for that. I figured it out in the same time. But highly, by the way, I tested your GTK2 patch that worked. Thanks a million. totally amazing, not as amazing that we needed to patch this, but authenticator dependencies. Also, yeah, in case you're running micro dependencies. So this also, if we would want this not to do any network connections, we would need to download all those micro dependencies here behind the back, which certainly is super annoying. But wait a second, package, name, version, source, but I don't see a checksum here. Oh, here's metadata. Are they in metadata or? Okay, apparently this changed a bit. Oh, but no, what this is, there's not another authenticator, are you freaking? Name, version, dependencies. Maybe it is right now, maybe this is right now a not external referenced version. Also, then I wonder why this fails with the checksum. So yeah, package, somehow we don't have neither source nor checksum. Authenticator parse in. I think this wasn't also really there. Tunnel authenticator parse is unless they failure derive. But yeah, so adding insult to this injury of the sources, it's like, yeah, can't even patch this super nicely, apparently. Little bit, maybe they moved this, or apparently they moved this file. So if we want to do this correctly, for test I only had there ctl s390. Let's just create this file. I hope that works for Spark 64 Big Indian. Yeah, it does not work. Okay, fine, whatever. I can probably touch this and copy, just copy the like MIPS or so. So this is out. Typo, just copy this as a template. Will not even use it, but yeah, 2020 also patch USB human interface device stuff. So theoretically we should generate this. Is also not totally correct. Also, by the way, do they always use big and little endian, or because theoretically, okay, for this they actually don't even. You know what? Let's rename it then always, because it's not to my knowledge that you would have little endian, big endian to nothing, and that, and also this was build Rust of Spark stuff. So yeah, this target endian stuff, it's like, nah, nothing there. Config all, also there's one. And Spark 64, certainly we need the same theoretically for Spark non-64. So the last thing, so this theoretically I don't even know, due to the nature of this stupid stuff, that I didn't test this. Also, yeah, attention to detail and motivation, and what was the other thing? I forgot. It's all this code stuff. Accepted actual, so we could maybe grab for that checksum and see where we find it. Let's see. Just to make 2020, let's check some of. Let's check some. Yeah. Also, I mean, seriously, there is a limit of the stupidity. And in case you're wondering why I'm at times a little bit negative, I've seen this kind of stuff for a really, really long time. Cargo checksum. Maybe they apparently factored this out. Maybe no. I really don't. Is this maybe? By the way, do we have this from anywhere else, or is this the only file? Grab so cargo checksum. On the first glance, I don't see that fix file of build rs. Build rs bc. Hello. Oh, why did this? Did my VI just kill with the source file or what? Syntax highlighting, so amazing. It F-list wrapper right outside. Okay, it's not directly. Okay, it's getting killed by that. But do we have? Oh, wait a second. This was NVI. What? Do we have any other garbage editor? Oh, that looks amazing. Oops, this was not search. Save modified. No, we're too stupid for that. Emacs build rs. Let's see if Emacs can do it without getting killed. But Emacs the autosave list. This comes when your build system is too intelligent. And was this not NVI, or maybe I just save more often to avoid. Oh, that went well. No. So now this terminal is now significantly messed up. Fix. This is so much to our amazing tracking. The problem is now only that we don't have this token to match anymore. Build rs. Darn it, I made the same stupid mistake. I thought I did this. That comes from a sandbox environment. Probably I should read comments. Example, something. I wonder if this works or if it complains that some checksum is missing. Oh, this terminal is now seriously messed up. And does it do something? Authenticator try, aborting, you can compile, failed, waiting for other jobs. Still okay, fine. We have made some progress. Maybe we Spark, what did we do wrong here? Spark 64, else if all target arch Spark 64. Things that should be fine. Why does it not? Or did this? Oh no, the file is still beside being But yeah, not only that, the whole thing is extremely stupid. What did I make here? Some OCTS Spark 64 RS. Man, I think I need to kill this Tmux. Is there some Tmux complete reset? Because this Tmux was too irritated. Firefox. So yeah, the whole setup is hilarious. That you need to edit surrounding checksum files is twice as thick. The Graver likes Nano. Comes by beginners leaving. Guess I'm still behind. Anyway, it was. Anyway, everyone in before the checksum file. By the way, yeah, this checksum thing was one line, right? Which means if we patch this, the whole file will change. I mean, could they seriously not have here one line? What a cluster! Fuck, this is hilarious. Because now, yeah, how not to do stuff without new lines, and with a patch, then the whole one line changes against the other. It's yeah. Then I could also actually really deleted that. Let's build this again and understand what is happening there. Unresolved imports. In something no, in platform HID wrapper. I slightly wonder why this still doesn't work. Linux features also. By the way, if binding recompile, what is it here? Even external create bindgen path buff. Linux not features. Binding recompile. I also really wonder what this stuff is doing when it's hard coded there. Anyway, let bindings out path buff of config target. Well, I don't really see on the first glance. Does someone of you see here what's or did I do this here wrong of target? Oh, here's maybe this all is, if we compare this, so this is all, so this is some kind of strange predicate of Rust stuff, but also probably it should work, right? Whether we have config target arch, we don't need this though, or maybe this all fails with who knows what amazing stuff they invented there. Maybe it only supports more than one argument, and who knows. But no, this still doesn't work. I also slightly wonder why here is some exclamation mark. Yeah, Rust, in my opinion, not the super most readable, because if config not, I mean, this is whatever special syntax for maybe array hash table access, that is. Why should languages be readable? IOCTL Spark 64 as I think this should have been all we needed. So else if config that include, or is here maybe we also need or maybe we also need that there, because why should once be enough if we can do it twice? HID wrapper RS. So yeah, this will probably fail again, huh? Of course it fails. HID wrapper RS. So here's all the stuff again for who knows. Sadly, we need this file so we can avoid this spurious warnings that would come with bindgen, as well as avoid cluttering the modders with spurious architecture specific modules. Yeah. Anyway, what a mess. Totally not impressed at all. If you're impressed, leave in the comments below. Maybe why do I even put the Spark here? Who knows? Or maybe because it's whatever. did I? Spark is here some include. Yeah, and then we also need to VI this again, and this was HID in before. I guess I'm still what in before, so checksum file and checksum what HID wrapper RS, HID wrapper RS. I mean, this checksumming stuff certainly comes from this distributed cloud, this micro dependency distribution, which I'm in general not a fan of. But maybe you only need to do this then during checkout and not during when people patch it to get their shit working. But yeah, 20 years of this stuff, and you really start to wonder about the state of IT as senior on this channel. So yeah, this starts to build more. Obviously, due to the nature, we could have, although does, yeah, not sure. Oh, I mean, on the plus side, we could send a patch in for Rust and Firefox to get our name really into everything. And welcome everyone. I wonder, so Rust cbindgen, theoretically, we should put there the right number, how to use this stuff. Project generating C bindings, yeah, no kidding. The complication is also that, by the way, let's maybe see if we get a proper patch out of this fix. File diff are our own internal T2 things. Diff start of, yeah, this checks some garbage, this file, that file. This we might need, because I YOLO'd it a little bit, we probably have to manually edit the file creation stuff to dev null or something, because I think this will not patch this new file. So this either needs some 1970 date or some, anyway, need to check whatever was the exact syntax for that. Yeah, we can hang out together as usual, document here all the fun, right? We can also see how to use the cbindgen stuff, because theoretically we should have the proper value in there. And then you need to run it, because create my something examples. So yeah, if you know how to run this, what we, as I said, this should run automatically, but somehow it doesn't, which is hilarious. Which, with that I mean not to have all this hard-coded stuff for all the freaking architectures and just use user, like include Linux HID raw H header and get this out of there. Like the code looks like it could do this, but somehow it doesn't, because it's amazing Rust and obviously it's super amazing. Cheers. And yeah, is there some example, maybe we read here the freaking docs of cbindgen create O bindings, main generate create of write to file cargo manifest here configurations, or by the way, maybe it's not cbindgen, maybe it's bindgen. Maybe cbindgen is for Rust to cargo and bindgen was this bindgen of, yeah, FFE. This is actually reverse for that in case nobody did notice. Glaucus says it's becoming gruesome. Don't understand Firefox should be that hard to build. Well, two things, right? I mean, first of all, if you just natively build this, it natively builds. Of course, some complication is cross-compilation. Other is like, hey, we are the nearly only one left to build this for crazy architectures like Spark 64. So, I mean, it did build for everything else that was patched in there, just not our precious Spark, right? And as I just got a new old Sunblade 1000, I certainly want to use it. So how to use this bindgen? But also here, for example, had I given cool, of course, Rust wouldn't be Rust if the examples wouldn't be cool, and cool structs, because that is obviously how you teach cool programming for all the cool kids, and not old men yelling at the cloud. Adding bindings, build dependency. Also, yeah, so what I mean is automatically is like not hardcode all the stuff and run bindgen on. Filtering this one HID raw struct thing. But yeah, bets taken. Will this live stream conclude in at least compiling? Certainly not running, but hey, will it build for Spark? Look, here is like blacklisting, like filtering out Z. What we have seen there, whitelisting Z, customize the binding of whitelist type, command line, bindgen. So let's, as we have tmuxes here, let's tmux into there again and bind. Okay, we don't have bindgen, so how do we bindgen? Or maybe we don't have it in the past, but maybe Firefox built it for us. Bindgen. Oh, look at this. Or maybe that's probably the directory though. Yeah, so much to that. Can we build this though? Maybe third-party Rust bindgen. Don't want to irritate upset the Firefox build now. Oh, this is also even freaking. Oh no, I was looking at this wrong. Cargo, I wonder if we can just cargo that in here. Yeah, of course it's fetching credits. This is exactly what I mean. You just want to build some stuff and now it's like getting stuff from the internet on my computer. Which like, yeah, also are the checksums for, but nah, totally not cool. And nah. And how could it be differently? How many micro dependencies does bindgen needs? Of course, text wrap and ATDIY and everything. Command line usage. So creating a wrapper header, including generated. Write a sanity test. Yeah, with actually Rust, I need a sanity test, obviously. Bind, where is this? In build. Let's hope this is still building. So let's see, does this do something for us? Something. Clang arguments. Root user include Linux raw. Hey, does something. Does a lot. I think it was this one, wasn't it? Oh no, it wasn't raw. It was HID raw. I was using the wrong header. And we only want two things like size and SC, I think. So let's bindgen whitelist this for whitelist wasn't expected. What was the whitelisting of? Wait a second, do we not call this a low list? How dare they call this the whitelist? I thought they were modern and stuff. Whitelist type function variable. So whitelist. What this would be? Is it a type? Is it not an enum? Would they have? Not idea if they call this unused veteran. What? Rust format. So this is mostly producing garbage. So how much stuff does this export? I mean, we basically only need one. Let's just save this to X. And so this is, we wanted HID, size of, layout of. This is only one line. Yeah, of course it's one line. Some of the Rust and cargo people are not really friendly to. They are not inclusive to white lines. Maybe because they're called white lines, or white space. New lines actually. Sorry, I'm really getting messed up with all this cargo stuff. So this was SC. Do we have SC? Even descriptor size. Somehow we're not getting what we want to get. I wanted to get this, but maybe the issue is, does this stuff not support defines, macro defines? Because obviously, maybe that is an issue though. It's hilarious. Touch test. So basically we only need one number, so much to this non-functional stuff here. Let's make this here a test program. Let's put in here that. And what was the other? That was size and SC. What did I? SC size, and at least that is what I remember what it was. SC. Has this a chance to compile or pre-process? I think it should. So Spark x86 T2 Clang of pre-processes of. Alright, we also no such file. Why? Build Spark. Maybe I should get Oracle to pay us for the Spark work though. So, yeah, might be the last people who care. Did I not have a link here from... I thought I had... whatever happened to those? What did we got here now? Warning, well, lifetime expiration. Overall system resources. Oh, what build is complete? Look at that. We now took a while and quite some gray hairs and then some, and now we have something. So let's see, pre-process this stuff. By the way, what does DM do? Does this? Oh, wait a second. This might be the. We need to include. Oh, wait a second. Test Linux HID raw. All these efforts just to get this number. I mean, a proper compiler architecture system stuff should do this work. I mean, the level of manual labor that goes into this Rust binding gen is hilarious for stuff that in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s you could just do that. But HID, what do we... Oh, wait a second, this is also wrong in case of test C of, does this not also include best without. So do we get our, unfortunately this only, why does this not expand already? Crap. So this is a macro that expands. Okay, it says here this is probably why it doesn't expand. That expand more. is IOR, what implicit declaration of IOR? Of course, it apparently includes missing Linux, like IOCTL, maybe. No. But maybe something includes that from their ASM, no. IOR, that looks better. But yeah, isn't it amazing how much manual fiddling is required just to get some numeric value for cbindgen? So yeah, that does something when that looks like amazing. Unfortunately, this does not yet expand completely. So what we probably could do is we need this for Spark. The problem is we can't run it here. So let's pre-process this. By the way, does this a size of so you need to run this natively then for cbindgen, or I mean theoretically this should. The cross-compiler should be able to... I mean, the size is... darn, what a shit. Well, the cross-compiler would know the layout of all this stuff. But we could certainly assemble that and... and probably save stick pointer set high R. Okay, to better read this in the assembler is out. Let's try this long extern long x equals this. Extern long y equals that, and don't really need this, but as we have already typed this, error expected obviously, just to get some freaking numbers in 2020. Let's see, do we have nicely readable numbers here for, look at this, this looks like numbers. Probably that probably could work, huh? Maybe, potentially. So this would be this pretty number, so I think I had this for also U32. Would this be U32? I'm not entirely sure. This is not. What did I copy? Did I not copy S390? I thought this. Should this not be long? So X X and maybe I should actually name them proper. X was SC, and global X, global Y, Y, X and Y. This was stupid, but that's what we do here. X and Y is size. Okay, Y is size. And X is this one here. Hello. X is this one here. And they're amazing system call stuff in 2020, right? I only wonder, should this not be MIPS? Did I MIPS 64 little endian? Let's check. Is this also U32? Seriously? Yeah, whatever, as long as it... So let's see if this... maybe did they use int? Maybe they used int for the system call stuff. Maybe they did. Mach build this just to double check. Glauco says, let's make Firefox based on Chromium. Well, then we have only one browser and the whole humankind is affected by one bug, right? That is a little bit... beside Chromium is also not the most amazing to compile. Spark 64, actually we very theoretically do we have... we could already prepare... should we do that? Not to do this twice if we want to run 32-bit code. Copy this is obviously is not perfect, then copy Spark 64 to not 64, touch here vanilla, and wire this up in the other bloody two files. Also, yeah, the number might not be correct, but YOLO. Who is using human interface device connected USB authentication stuff. Anyway, build RS. Also not really entirely sure, is this somehow sorted? Somehow it's not really sorted. I mean, theoretically we could put it here because sorting this would be... anyway, sorting this quite late. Do they have here tabs somewhere or no? So maybe this will become our first patch we send upstream, because lost in cargo, and certainly I need to have my fingers in everything. Build, and then we had some more file, because you can never have too much manual wrapping stuff off. Linux this, and that was here. And just for better sorting, let's sort this the same. Without 64, obviously, so it doesn't fail the next time we freaking build this. Also, yeah, I think this has a chance. Let's just double check this, not to waste. Otherwise, if I would just create a patch and test build it, it could be there is some trivial typo. Maybe there wasn't. And then we would waste another 18 or so minutes. Fix file diff for Spark patch. Let's see if that looks Firefox. But yeah, according to some people, I did here nothing for 20 years, obviously, as senior live on this channel, but it's not like other distributions patch this stuff. Spark 64. Apparently we don't have that. Oh no, here this is just stupidly sorted off. Nah, can't make this. Anyway, I wish it would have sorted this, but that's what it is now. I have the feeling this will not patch due to not correct. Let's svn, let's touch A, svn add A, and see how this looks. Why does this not have the... Why does this look so shitty? It's not what I wanted. but 00 maybe we need. What does it do here? 0015. Not entirely sure. Let's better. At least I thought I remember that this will not apply like this. Let's just better change this to avoid this erroring out quickly. Or touch a div u div null a. Okay, whatever. So this has a chance to work, I would say. Rust stuff, this bloody checksum, because obviously. And let's build this. So the only thing I wonder, what's this header? Theoretically, we could try if this gives us something usable. If we maybe this headers could be M32 aware. Maybe they are, because then we could theoretically, or are these numbers the same? 13, let's see. Maybe the size has changed, but yeah, we will see. Package Firefox. Also, yes, the numbers might be wholly wrong, but YOLO. If they're wrong and you want to use human interface device stuff, they are 10.7 for 1 and 1.3.4.2.8.5.8, but this is 32-bit code, isn't it? Clang node stuff of, or did this not M32 versus M64? 1.3.4. 1.3.4.2, 1.3.4.2, F8.5. 1.3.4, where are we? 10.7, 4.01, whatever, maybe whatever. I mean, it's at least it builds it, whether it works. I have the feeling, as we are the first to test this in quite a while, most likely it will. Firefox will just continue to randomly segmentation fault, just as it has done on the previous videos. That would, well, recurring theme here. That's it for this video. Also, how much stuff needs to come together. I said this before, right? The complexity of modern software systems. You have not only previously had the C, C++ compiler or Java. Now you have binding generators. Fancy, yeah, previously you have makefile, now you have makefiles wrapped with configure, wrapped with Python, wrapped with TOML, wrapped with cargo, and all that Frankensteinish construction, plus other languages, so mixing all the stuff in with Rust and yeah, Node.js. Actually, I wonder, does Firefox still dependencies of Firefox Node? Yeah, apparently it's still run. Do we have debug here or Firefox Node.js? Yeah, well, it has run Node for. I really want to know what it's running Node for, though. This is, in my opinion, somewhat hilarious. But yeah, actually, Node is super, yeah, I mean, obviously Node is nodes all over the source code, so good luck finding where they run. Yeah, amazing names. This could at least have been Node.js, though, and not just Node, but yeah, you get the idea. Why should this Node.js be called Node.js when you can just generically call it Node? Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something. As well, not only how professional and large code bases are integrated and software development YOLOs everything together in 2020, but also how amazing this Rust stuff is, and certainly just not like with news that you probably want to fact check for fake news, similar to when compiler engineers tell you we have the most amazing compilers, and maybe you want to review this yourself, play a little bit around with this, think about this, do some development and research, and come to your own conclusion, because everything I've seen so far from Rust is, well, some stuff is good, but some stuff is also not good, and in general not the most amazed, and the language in general is not the most readable, but I'm sure this triggers people. Leave in the comments below, did you already program with Rust, and if so, what did you find? It's like, let's XP, let's serial event target off. Oh no, this is amazing. Large code. Do we have here also not DI? Also not node. Do we also have some nice, what could be some nice as not testing, but like Servo also. Servo, no, not unit tests, component style sheet, gecko of box type sounds nice, right? So this is how, oh, this is also some more. Each file we open is some bloody wrapper of nonsense. In case you were wondering that this was a thing. Profiler, this is all the sources. I mean, how can all the sources be like, it's anyway. I mean, of course this is somewhat readable, but is this the most amazing new language? Do you have experience? What are your findings? Servo components of anyway, I have the feeling everything we open. Yeah, also I wonder why are all the files so short. In my opinion, also super annoying. In my experience, I rather like some 1,000-line files, certainly not 100,000, but in my opinion, this is also somewhat annoying too. If you really work on this stuff, like here 10 lines, there 10 lines, I rather have 10 files than 100 files. But this is just my 2 cents on this stuff. But anyway, hope you learned something, and to see you next time. And yeah, the Graver says source table almost 800 megabyte. And what I meant was no alternatives. Yeah, no, competition is not good. This is why we still keep Firefox. Yeah, I will test this later today on the G5. And if this hopefully compiles here on the Spark 64, I have the feeling it will crash, so at least on Spark. But I will keep you updated, and have a nice day and night, and I hope to see you soon for the next fun open source and other stuff here to come.